Okay, well, I'll work on my report, and then I'll have them get back with you, and I'll talk to them when I get back to the shop
Okay.
and let them know what I think should be done, which pull pretty much from probably about this line, I would say.
Okay.
Or even maybe, well, this piece will have to come out no matter what. And just pretty much go back through here, even back to the laundry room, and then probably stop right here where this transition line is.
Okay, that sounds good.
So, but yeah, I'll try to get things going for you guys. I know it's a pain in the butt. I just had this happen at my house, so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my water heater exploded out the bottom.
Oh, that sucks. That's not fun.
No, so it pretty much flooded my entire house, and that was actually last year. So I ended up redoing my entire house.
Stuff you don't want to do after work.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I'll talk to them and we'll get things kind of figured out for you.
Okay.
Sound good?
Thank you for stopping by, man.
Oh,
Thank you for your
problem.
help.
Thank you so much.
Not a problem. And I'll let them know everything and then show them pictures and we'll try to get the ball rolling.
Okay, cool.
Alrighty?
Thank
Cool.
you.
What time do you think we should expect a phone call? It should be today, right? Most likely.
Yeah, let me talk with them. It should be either today or possibly tomorrow because they want to probably everybody sit down and kind of go over everything. So,
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
All right. Well, hey,
All right.
thank you for coming out.
Thank you
Oh,
so
not
much.
a problem.
And you have
We'll get everything figured out for you.
All right. Cool.
All right.
All right. You have a good evening, man.
You too.
All right, guys. So in the initial video that I recorded, there were damages that were recorded. I showed all the water damage on the floor and also talked over everything that had happened. The technician that came out, he came out on June 16th, and he performed the work in the evening time. This technician notified us that he may not be able to clear the clog, and that is fine. In the past, this company has utilized the drain for our washer in order to clear, said stoppages. So by them doing so, they've cleared stoppages in the past year. So we asked them if they could do the same thing. He said that it may not clear the clog, and we were okay with him attempting to do so. By him attempting to do so, he then pulled up roots and caused basically a clog inside this line that would lead to and or towards the main line from our washer. Now, with that being said, later on down the road, basically the next day, we had a different plumbing company come out and just replace the whole main line, right? After that whole main line was replaced, my wife had ran the washer, and the clog that was inside this line was due to the technician who Spartan sent out. So we've got multiple videos for you guys to watch. First portion of this video is of me basically showing you damages. Obviously, I'm a little upset. Now I'm a little bit more calm, cool, collected. Also, the second half of this video, once again, it's just them basically coming out to review the damages, and they basically pretended like they were going to do something to help us and or alleviate the problem and fix it. Instead, it was basically them sending a representative out to see how much the damages were possibly going to cost and if we would basically be able to pursue them legally. That's all. All right, guys. So another thing I wanted to talk about too, if you're still watching this video from that point on, the manager had mentioned to my wife that we had signed an agreement of some sort or a form that said that they would not be held liable for performing the work that they did if something were to happen. We didn't sign any type of forms or anything, and they have no proof in which that we did sign something like that would say that they aren't liable for causing a clog in that washer line. The technician stated to us and had mentioned to us that he would give it the good old college try. He would give it an attempt to clear the clog with the tools that he had. and then we paid him to perform that job, right? To try to. And that is fine. We paid him with the, the intention of him attempting to clear the clog from the line in which others have done before from his company. When I brought this up with the general manager who I spoke to on the phone, he said that that's not something we do anymore. It's not part of our policy. Well, I understand that as a general manager, you can change policies whenever you want and as often as you want because it's convenient to you. And as the owner of the business, it's very convenient to you to change your policies on a whim when it doesn't fit the narrative and when the job goes south. That is okay, I guess, if you're a business owner. And I understand that they did send out a representative that also told us that they would get the ball rolling and they would try to resolve these issues and then not call us back the day after. And then when that day after comes, they would then tell me that I am the consumer and that I'm in the wrong for trying to force their professional, their plumber, the technician they sent out to do something they've done in the past to try to alleviate the problem. Now, if you're telling me that you can change your policies on a whim and that you can do all these things and then still come out and still do the work to alleviate the problem that was the clog in our actual drain, and that by your technician pulling this device up and causing that clog that was actually a clog that was 60 feet down into the main line, that you're not liable for that, and that, why would you send out two people to clear that clog? And then why would you send out someone to do a survey of the damages if you aren't intending on making good for your consumer or your customer? I mean, the only thing I can think of is because we didn't use you guys in order to go to the next step, which is clearing the main line, is that you, out of spite, are trying to punish me as a customer who utilized you guys multiple times in the past for not going and taking that next route, to go for the, let's go ahead and, shovel all our money down the drain to give you guys the business, because we chose to go through a second, business like any consumer would do when they had a bad feeling about what your technician was offering. We went and got a second opinion and went with the second opinion that now we're being punished, right? I find it kind of ironic, when an issue arises, you basically look the other way. You sent out a technician. The technician promised that you guys would look into it. He even went about talking about what your company would probably do in order to fix the problem, right? And then even left us hanging with, they'll probably call you either tonight or tomorrow, and you guys never did. I called you guys back around noon, and then it instantly went to, well, our technician gave you options, and you didn't want to do those. Your technician gave us an option to my pregnant wife to pull our fucking toilets and then save a couple $100 by pulling our toilets for your technician, the professional, right? And then he said that he would clear the lines, which there are roots in our lines, which we found out via camera, via a different company, one that your actual general manager used to work at 4 years ago, right? They stated that, well, you stated actually that your technician gave us two options, and he did. And if your technician felt that he would cause damage to our home, then why would he go in through that area and accept money from us to do the job instead of just declining the work, right? That's pretty crazy that, it's against your policy to go through that drain, and then your technician still did the job and then still left a clog in that area. And that wasn't where the initial problem was. The initial problem was in the main line, which Roto-Rooter has full video of going all the way down and back up. They pull their line 60 feet back from that main, issue, right? So if we would have went through you guys and had all of this stuff taken care of via, you guys replacing the main line, would you guys have still been like, oh no, that's not our problem? Or would you have still replaced the flooring and fixed it, right? Or would you have told us to go fuck off basically by hanging up on me when, you don't want to talk about what, your technician did wrong and tell me that I'm in the wrong because your professional advised that we do these things and then still went about doing something that your company changed policies on, right? Think about it. You don't want to voice your opinion back to me as in like, this is how we can resolve this. Instead, you want to say, go fuck yourself. Pretty shitty, very shady business practice. And, I think you actually sent this person out in order to find out what the scope of damage was, because you knew that by us declining your guys' work initially because it's too expensive, you knew that we wouldn't have money to go after you legally. And if it's under a certain threshold, a lawyer wouldn't even take it to go after you guys. And I mean, I guess that's cool if you're that type of human being that you think it's okay to do that to someone and a prior customer of your company. And you think that it's okay the damages are under a certain amount. No lawyers are going to help these people. No one's going to come after us. I think that's okay if that's the type of person you want to be. If that's the type of person that your business owner wants to be, by the way, who also, for some odd reason, thinks that the clog was in that area. It wasn't. And the clog was cleared, which is why we ran, the main line clog was cleared, right? So anyway, if that's the company you want to be a part of and that's the company that you are ahead of and are writing policies for and changing on a whim, and you allow your technicians to make, decisions of doing things against your policy, and then when they cause an issue, just because my wife says she wants you to possibly go through an area that you guys have done and worked through in the past and that, worked in the past and you're okay with taking our money for that, both times actually, and now all of a sudden it's not okay since there's an issue. I think that that shows everything that I need to know about your character and your company's character and the person who owns your company and their character. I don't think that it would have cost you guys that much money to even fix the damages to my house. I don't think it would have even cost that much. And I honestly could have gone the extra mile and been like, you know what, don't even worry about the laundry room. If you just fix remove the main flooring that's damaged and just leave, my washer dryer in the concrete and then just fix the damage in the walkway, I would have been okay with that. And it probably wouldn't have cost you guys more than a couple $100s, if even that. But the reality is instead you want to tell your customer to go fuck themselves because, policies changed, right? That's cool. So, I mean, good on you guys, man. Wife's pregnant, doesn't even need to be going through this shit.
So yeah, because I have no idea what's going on. So.
Okay, so I'll get you up to speed. So basically, the technician came out Thursday last week. He inserted your guys' tools in here, found roots down the line, was unable to clear that. He then had a lot of trouble struggling to get his tool out, and then caused a clog here at this end.
Okay.
We did not go with you guys for the service outside. We went through a different company.
Yes.
That tech was a little too forward with going to the end goal first, right? So, in other words, he didn't even want to try their options first. So we kind of were like, okay, we're going to get a second quote. And we did that. Another company comes out. They clear this main line. They replaced everything. It's clear as far as we know. You guys, he left the clog inside this drain line.
Okay.
So when we ran this, you guys sent 2 extra technicians out yesterday or Monday. They cleared that clog. They left standing water on the floor as well. This clog caused water damage. Like you can see, the floor is still wet in a lot of these different areas. And also traveled out here into the living room. Right here. I mean, you can touch it, you can feel it. It's still damp. Like this isn't from anything else. They're trying to state, the manager stated that this is damage that, like, see here, this is fresh. This is damage from this door right now, scraping on this right here. So
Okay.
the manager hasn't even come out here. He hasn't looked. I don't know why they sent you and not someone else, like an insurance rep.
Yeah.
So, like, they're wasting your time. You could be working on a regular job instead of wasting it here.
Let me get a few pictures here.
Okay. The damage from here, as well as you can't see it because you're on the other side of the door. You can
Okay.
come on in if you want.
Yeah.
See that right there? So
Oh, yeah.
the water was standing for a couple hours before my wife found it. So, you know, yeah.
Picture here.
And I don't know if you can. You probably can't feel it under your shoes, your work boots.
I have a moisture detector
Okay.
in my truck because it helps me find leaks.
It's right here as well, so you can kind of see it all. Like I said, I work in the service industry, so I understand like
Yeah.
this stuff. You know. I don't know if do you want to pull these out or not worth.
I can get a lot of the pictures, and then I'll talk with the leadership team on what's going on with everything. And then we'll try to get
What
things.
was your name? I didn't.
Michael.
Michael. Pleasure to
Yeah,
meet you, Michael.
Nice to meet you.
Like I said,
Hate to be it under this circumstance, but
I've never had like any issue technicians, right?
yeah.
So you guys aren't the problem. It's management at this point. Really. Your business. So I think Lucas is his name.
Who?
Is that Lucas? What's your manager's name out at that store? Is it or Logan?
Logan.
Yeah. Is that your manager?
One of them.
Okay. Yeah,
We've
he
got
said-
5 right now.
He said he's the only manager at your guys' office, supposedly. So
Yeah, he manages all us techs,
okay.
and then we got
You've got
office
others.
manager, and sales manager, and everything.
Okay.
Let me go get my moisture detector out so we can see how far this traveled out. I mean,
Okay.
I've laid this floor in my past, so I kind of know where it's at. But I want to get a moisture reading,
Just to see where it is.
and
Yeah.
that way we can guarantee. So,
Yeah. So,
but yeah, well, let me go grab this detector real quick, and then we'll.
all right. Sounds
go
good,
from
brother.
there. Be right back.
Thank you.
So, this is a Klein moisture detector.
Okay.
So, set it. You got a little bit moisture on the wall, but it's nothing too bad if I put it on my arm.
Yeah, it'll tell you.
So, just want to show you how it works.
I'm guessing it traveled through the wall.
Yeah, so it's not terrible. it looks like it kind of just went.
Yeah, and it pulled right around there.
Yeah. We got a spot right here. I'll put the test.
So 16, 17 just means it's been damp for a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's dry, but it does have a little moisture. But I mean, even if I go on drywall door,
It's still about an 8 or a 10.
yeah,
right?
it will
Normal.
get up to a certain amount. So
Oh, that's. Yeah, sorry, I don't want to be recording you, but I know how uncomfortable that shit is.
oh,
But like after dealing with this guy, it's like, I don't know. I worked at Safe Life for years, and whenever customers had issues, you go through the manager. They usually just fix it and not
yeah.
question the customer. Right.
See if I can get a reading back here. So it seems like you got it dried out pretty good,
Okay.
but that doesn't say the floor isn't. Get one reading back here real quick.
Yep. You can feel that the floor is raised up, though, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it goes all the way back to about there as well, a little bit to the end of the
I
dryer.
see the one piece right there.
That was lifted up way more than it is now because it's drying, I think. So
Yeah. This flooring.
it's pretty cheap, I feel like.
Well, and it's made out of MDF board.
Mhm.
So even if you spill a cup of water, it's going to do the same thing. I always try to talk to my customers when I was working with my father not to get this type of floor.
Yeah, I would have done tile, but that's what they installed when I bought the place. So
Yeah, or I mean, reading the new luxury vinyl, it's pretty good floor. Get that one spot right by your foot here. Let's get a general area where this is. And you don't think it came out this far?
no, it didn't come out this far. It shouldn't have. Or if it did, she didn't tell me. This was the only thing I noticed the most because of it being wet when I walked on it. Because normally I'm barefoot, so.
This side. So it's definitely all underneath the floor.
Okay. Which is good, right?
Yeah.
Water
Yeah.
damage on the walls is not good.
Yeah, that spot's probably the worst spot.
Yeah, like I said, my wife just told me it was pulled up for a little bit, so because we went out and did some things. So.
Yeah. Do you know if they still have this flooring in stock, or?
I have no idea. I haven't checked or anything, so
Do you know the type of flooring by chance?
no idea. I could call the people I bought the house from because they flipped the house.
Okay.
So
All right. Well, what I'll do is I'll submit a report and pictures, and then I'll talk with my leadership team,
Okay.
and then we'll try to get everything figured out and set up for you.
All right, that sounds good.
Because, yeah, I thought I was coming out to do something else, but we'll definitely get things kind of figured. And then this runs through the entire house.
Yeah.
So through there and then down through the hallway.
Yeah, all the way out there and then here. So
Okay.
the separation's normal, so.
Yeah, it's part of that MDF board. So that MDF does not like, once it, you get it to lock in, but after a while walking, it just starts to separate
Shifts,
it. Yeah. Picture this way. Did you notice any water over here at all, or?
No, we can turn on the light though if you want to look, but I didn't see any. Did you notice any pulling?
No, there wasn't anything in the, over here. It was mostly in this front hallway and then in the laundry room.
Yeah, I'm getting.
Getting some readings though, but
Yeah,
it's slow.
Yeah, if you want to be under 20%.
Okay.
So that's just the humidity on the floor and the walls and everything. So if I put it on drywall,
Yeah, it's a 12s. Not bad.
yeah, it's just the humidity on the wall. So it's pretty typical.
What did they have you sent out here originally for? They didn't tell you? They didn't
They
warn you?
just said we need you to go look at a job and get measurements and stuff. So I thought I was actually like doing a floor
Okay.
replacement or something. So
Okay. You need me to hold it, brother?
oh, I got it. Thank you, though.
Okay.
There's 75 plus. Alrighty. Well, what I'll do is I'll make a report, and then I'll talk to it, like I said earlier, with my leadership team,
Okay.
and then we'll get everything resolved.
Okay, that sounds good.
I think they just want to send me out here because I have a lot of experience in construction and remodels and everything. So I think that's why they sent me out.
Okay.
Done a lot of flooring in my days too, so
Cut out the middleman, basically.
yeah. So, but yeah, I'll take some. I'm gonna take some more pictures. Just get kind of a wide angle so we can see where it's all at here.
Yeah, it's no problem.
And then I'll take one. Here. And that swelled up towards rubbing the bottom of the door and everything. Well, I'll work on my report, and then I'll have them get back with you, and I'll talk to them when I get back to the shop
Okay.
and let them know what I think should be done, which pull pretty much from probably about this line, I would say.
Okay.
Or even maybe, well, this piece will have to come out no matter what. And just pretty much go back through here, even back to the laundry room, and then probably stop right here where this transition line is.
Okay. That sounds good.
So, but yeah, I'll try to get things going for you guys. I know it's a pain in the butt. I just had this happen at my house, so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my water heater exploded out the bottom.
Oh, that sucks. That's not fun.
No, so it pretty much flooded my entire house, and that was actually last year. So I ended up redoing my entire house.
Stuff you
Yeah.
don't want to do after work.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I'll talk to them and we'll get things kind of figured out for you.
Okay.
Sound
well, hey,
good?
Thank you for stopping by, man.
Oh, not
Thank
a
you for your
problem.
Thank
help.
you so much.
Not a problem. And I'll let them know everything and then show them pictures and we'll try to get the ball rolling.
Okay. Cool.
Alrighty.
Thank
Cool.
you.
What time do you think we should expect a phone call? It should be today, right? Most likely.
Yeah, let me talk with them. It should be either today or possibly tomorrow because they want to probably everybody sit down and kind of go over everything. So,
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
All right. Well, hey,
All right.
thank you for coming out.
Thank you
Oh,
so
not
much.
a problem.
And you
Yeah,
have a.
we'll get everything figured out for you.
All right. Cool.
All right.
All right. You have a good evening, man.
You too.